Hi, Will. I know you guys don't really think momentum is a thing, but how important was it to come away from Sri Lanka with 2 series win and maybe a bit of a confidence boost after a bit of a difficult win?
Yeah, it's not so much momentum, it's more of a team unity and feeling strong within ourselves, and it's like that confidence thing you just mentioned. We're similar conditions to what we're experienced, and if we make it through to the Super 8s, I think we might head back to Sri Lanka. So to understand those conditions and figure out certain tactics and the style of play there is only a good thing, and obviously we're very happy to beat a strong side who are good at home.
How do you assess your own role out there? Obviously, we're sort of used to you being, top order player, power hitter, spin less to the fore, but now it's more coming down the order and not facing as many balls, spinning more to the spin and taking wickets more to the fore. So, are you enjoying that, and how do you sort of assess your role and how you're doing in that?
Yeah, there's definitely been an adjustment phase. I think the biggest change is obviously having to probably take risks earlier on with the bat and not having as much time in the middle to get that rhythm. So I think my training now is even more important than what it used to be, trying to practice under match conditions as much as possible, put myself under pressure in the nets to then hopefully be able to go and execute if I'm only be able to face 5 or 10 balls at a time. And with the ball, I love being able to bowl more. It's something I've been working on for years, and obviously having more of a role now in red ball and white ball is something I'm loving doing, and obviously playing on those surfaces in Sri Lanka enabled me to have more of a role there, and I loved it.
Have you been working on it, especially in these last couple of years? Obviously, it was a difficult time in the 2024 T20 World Cup. You bowled those 2 overs against Australia. Can you just talk about how you were as a spinner then and how you are now?
I think it's just been a natural progression. Obviously, the more I've bowled, simply the more I'm going to get more comfortable and understand spin bowling in general. I know that last T20 World Cup, obviously that was talked about a bit, how Australia got after me, but that's part of the game. At some stage, everyone's going to get a bit of tap in T20, and you just have to move on, take it in your stride, and I've developed a lot since then. Obviously my experience in the Ashes just now, different format, but bowling at players of that quality, it's only going to be a good thing for my bowling going forward.
And just lastly, can I ask about Phil Salt? Is he available for this weekend?
See where he's at with practice today? All doing well. Ready to go ahead, Matt?
Well, I think I'm right in saying that you and Harry go back a fair way. Obviously, he's been through a fair amount in the last few weeks, the last month or so, a bit longer. How have you found him during that time? How's his sort of demeanour, and how have you found him in himself?
Yeah, we do go back a long way. We were roommates together under 19, so for him now to be captain is pretty cool for me to see, and to have one of my mates doing that is awesome. Yeah, he's been good. Obviously, it's been a tough time. That's been well documented in the media. I wasn't actually in New Zealand, so I didn't know anything about it. And it's just one of those things that he's obviously made a wrong decision, but he's accepted that, and we're now trying to move forward in a positive direction with that. And he's obviously making amends on the pitch, and we all back him 100%.
Have you ever felt the need to put an arm around him, have a word as the mate that go back a long way, as you say?
I think his kind of character is always looking on the brighter side of life. He knows what he's done, and there's nothing you can change about that, so there's no point focusing on it too much from his perspective. He wants the cricket to do the talking.
Man in the shirt there, check shirt, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Will. Coming into the tournament, England has tried to steer clear from the narrative that you guys will be one of the favourites. But if we look at it from the macrocosmic vantage, we see that you have lost only 1 game in the last 1 year, and the scoring rate and win-loss ratio has also been best among the 20 teams who will be participating in this tournament. Do you think, do you come into this tournament with the belief that you are perhaps the strongest contenders, bar of course the hosts India, or would you much rather enjoy being the undercurrent and then spring a surprise when the need be?
Yeah, well, firstly, I think we have been performing well over the last 12 months since Harry's become captain, and we're we're very happy with that. It's been a progression. Obviously, myself personally, I've changed my role, so it's been a bit of a gradual thing and a build up to this World Cup. What we did in the last few weeks in Sri Lanka is another stepping stone to that, and we come into here full of confidence and belief, which is obviously very important, that we can go a long way in this tournament. But that doesn't guarantee us anything. We know that there's amazing teams in this World Cup, and knockout cricket, if we get there, it's tricky. So there's no guarantees. And India on home soil, I think everyone knows they're the favourites and they're the team to beat.
Go right hand side as we look. Go ahead.
Hi, Will. You're playing Nepal first up in the tournament. How important is that going to be to set the momentum, and how much do you know about this Nepali team and Nepalese cricket overall?
Yeah, it's obviously the first game's majorly important. Every single game, in the World Cup is majorly important, and for us that's about hitting our straps quickly. You don't get to make many mistakes, and we've got other important games in that group, and every single game matters. I know Nepalese cricket has grown a lot over the last few years, and to have 20 teams in this World Cup, I think is really good, and to increase the number of teams is a really good thing, and teams playing in their first edition is great for the game.
Go to our left.
Will, during the 2019 ODI World Cup cycle under Owen Morgan, the England team redefined how white ball cricket is played as a batter's perspective. Is this group talking about, when there's a real talk about scoring 300 runs in T20I format, as a batting group, are you guys talking about that target or redefining how T20 format is being played?
Well, we've already done that. We did it against South Africa, so we're not really worried about that. You're never going to score 300 consistently. That was a massive one-off. It was an absolutely amazing day, and we're just trying to be here to win games of cricket. It doesn't matter if we score 110 and defend it like we didn't, 120 like we did in Sri Lanka, which is really important victory for us, or if the game dictates that you need 250, then that's it.
Middle right hand side, yeah, go ahead. And then on the left here.
Hi, Will. Vishal from Cricinfo. There was something that took social media by storm some time back, which was the Sam Curran moon ball. You must have faced that quite a bit in the nets and maybe in some white ball games. What is the main challenge you think while facing that kind of a delivery, especially say compared to a slow ball if you're faced from Dwayne Bravo because of the left arm angle that Sam also brings?
If I'm honest, I don't really know. I've never faced it. If I'm honest, I haven't faced him in the nets for what feels like forever. I think it's potentially just the surprise aspect, and it's so incredibly slow that you need to put all the power on the ball. So any kind of miss hit, it's going to fall to the field on the boundary. And it's obviously been great success for him. I think that's one of Sam's great aspects, is that he's always introducing new stuff to his game, and as we've seen, his batting progressed really well over the last 1 or 2 years, and he's making great strides there.
Lady with the blazer here, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Will. This is Ratsi from Mr. Cricket UA. My question is on Jacob Bethel, like how exciting talent he is already, and he has been performing for the England team for so long. Can you tell us like how he has made it to this level? Also, how special is he in terms of the teammate you are with him?
Yeah, Jake has been awesome since he came into the side about 2 years ago or so. I think for a guy who was so young, he was really mature already, and he understands his own game very well. He's a really good learner. He practices very well, and I think his 100 in Sydney that I was there for, that we saw, that was an amazing thing, and for him that was going forward in his career. That's going to give him so much confidence, and that's a massive stepping stone for him, and he's someone that we know as a match winner, and to have him in our side, we're very happy with that.
2 more middle left, and we'll go right at the back of the room.
Yeah, do you believe your IPL experience will help you in this tournament, having played for RCB, KKR, and also worked with the coaches here, Chandrakant Pandit and various other coaches?
Yeah, definitely. IPL is a brilliant experience to play anywhere around the world. It's and obviously coming back to India now, I feel comfortable at this ground, having played here last year, and within this setup. I think the variety of stadiums and surfaces and atmospheres that you get around the whole of India. It exposes you to a lot of new things, and now coming back here for my 5th time, I think, maybe to India. Like I say, I feel very comfortable now, and I can just focus on my game, the opposition, and what we need to do instead of taking everything in for the first time, which is always nice.
Go ahead, last.
Yeah. There's been much hand-wringing in India over the last few days about the importance of due factor this month, where the toss could potentially decide. As a player, is it possible for you guys to practice even? And if so, you have done anything when the toss can decide, basically? So how do you practice against dew? And is that your natural hair, the blonde?
Yeah, you can definitely practice with the dew. You can guys dip the ball into water, or if there is dew on the floor when we practice at night, say you rub the ball in the water and try and get that feeling in your hand, especially as a spinner. It's a difficult one to predict though, the dew. You play at days when you're expecting it to be dewy and then it's not, and vice versa. I think it's a tricky one to do, but we know in T20 obviously, unless it's very obviously a bat first scenario, most teams are looking to chase, and dew is obviously a part of that. And on the hair, it's definitely not natural. It's just something I've decided to do for fun. Yeah.
Slim shady. We're done. Thank you.
Thank you.